Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Not sure when you're listening to this, but today I'm excited to introduce to you the world famous Nolan Patrick Smith.
Well, hello there.
And so, Nolan today is going to share with us what it's like to have Down syndrome. We're going to get a perspective from an individual with a disability. And of course, there's his graduation picture that he took a year ago. And that's Nolan when he was, maybe 3 or 4 days old. So, Nolan, you going to recreate that with your finger? Go ahead. There you are. Okay. All right. So, Nolan, why don't you get started? Introduce the family.
Well, hello. I am the second oldest in my family. I have my younger brother. His name is JJ. And a junior in college.
Who's that?
My sister Bridget.
Mm-hmm. Who's the youngest one down there?
The meanie to me.
Who's the youngest one down there?
And my sister Mara.
And is that your aunt?
And this is my Aunt Sheila, my dad's sister.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this. I think you were successful in high school, yes?
I was. So I was voted as the citizen of the year.
And who voted for you for that?
The whole senior class did.
Whole senior class. And that's a picture of you being kind of surprised, huh?
Yes.
Yes, very surprised. So that's pretty awesome. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about Down syndrome, Nolan.
Well, Down syndrome has 3 copies of three different chromosomes.
Is that, we have how many? Or I have how many?
45.
Well, but how many chromosomes in terms of, in chromosome 21, you have 3, I have
4. 2.
2. Yeah, so there's a difference there. Now, there's some other elements that make you different in terms of Down syndrome, right?
Yes.
So who's that with you, first of all?
And that is my loving grandmother.
Your Nani, God rest her soul. Okay, so go ahead and share with us a
My
little
dad's
bit.
mother.
Yep, share with us some attributes about what's different with Down syndrome.
Well, first of all, I have almond-shaped eyes with a little sparkle in my eyes.
They do sparkle, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What else is different with Down syndrome?
I'm very flexible.
What's that called?
Hypotonia.
Yeah, do you want to show them right now? Well, it's not, right? No, you're tempted, but you're very, very flexible, aren't you? Okay, go ahead.
Being professional here.
We are being professional. Go ahead.
My mouth is different, as you can see in that photo.
How is it different, Nolan? And that was for an orthodontist. That is a ridiculous picture I included, isn't it? So, yes, okay. So what's different with your mouth from my mouth?
So what's different? I have a narrow roof in my tongue.
A narrow roof of your mouth. Yeah, it's smaller than mine, isn't it? And what about your tongue? You said something about your tongue.
I'm a very big tongue.
Very large tongue. So you have a large tongue.
And I'm told.
And you have a smaller roof of your mouth. Yeah, so that's complicated. What about learning? How do you learn?
I learn different.
Okay, we'll give some examples.
Well, I have trouble with the reading comprehension.
Okay, good.
As well as math skills.
Math, yeah, math is tricky, isn't it? Yeah. What about your writing? Are you really fluent in writing, or is that a challenge too?
I get sloppy with it.
You get sloppy with your writing. So since I put up that picture, you've had some more. What's that from?
That is from the school talent show. I did a song called Rolling with Nolan, which involves cars.
And so mom and dad made those cars, and then some of your friends were in the background doing that. And who wrote the song for you?
My uncle did.
Your Uncle Bob, yeah. So you did pretty well in that. All right, so you said your reading is difficulty. So instead of reading, how did you learn about a lot of your material?
Through online.
Yep, and was it online reading, or was it videos, or audio, or presentations?
Yes, through a reading program that my dad introduced.
So a reading program, but did you also watch a lot of videos?
And also lots of videos online, little clips from YouTube as well.
Yes, okay. Now, you also had some important people to you. So educators have been very important as well as others. So why don't you introduce those three people?
Well, of course, Jane Wagner.
And what does Jane do? What's her job?
Her job work is the director of the speech and hearing clinic at KU.
Right, the Schiefelbusch Clinic. What a name for that. But she has been working with you since you were, I think, 3 weeks old. So that's pretty awesome. Now, Martha is someone that's been more important to me. Martha,
I don't remember her.
well, you know Martha. She has grayer hair now. Her son is Ryan. Ryan Banning, remember?
Oh, yeah, Banning.
Yeah.
Banning.
So Martha, her son is about 12 to 14 years older than Nolan, and she has been so helpful to your mom and dad about learning about Down syndrome and everything we should be doing. And then, of course, your nanny. What about your nanny? She was pretty special too, right?
She was pretty special to me.
Did she allow you to practice your language?
Yes.
What would be something you guys would do together after dinner almost every night?
We would sing together.
And so I'd practice a lot of your language.
And sing our favorite Bing Crosby.
And sing our favorite. Now, when you were a student, kindergarten through second grade, you really don't remember a lot of that, but you were fully included. So who were some of your teachers in first? Who was your first grade teacher?
First grade teacher, Miss Riggins.
Miss Riggins. And so do you remember anything that she used to do in that class?
She used to teach a lot of reading.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and speech. And were you with all your peers?
Yes.
Yes, in her class. Now, Dad would have regular meetings with Mrs. Riggins and the special ed teacher where he would actually bring in coffee or donuts or sandwiches because I was interrupting, but we would learn about what to do for you, Nolan. Okay, and I volunteered. Was I in your classroom sometimes volunteering?
Sometimes.
Sure, I was a classroom dad. So, yep.
One time as a watchdog from middle school.
I was a watchdog as well for elementary school. That's right,
Yeah.
That's right. And did you like Barney?
Yes.
You loved Barney, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when we got into middle school, lots of different things. So you started using a computer in third grade.
Mm-hmm.
So would you bring your laptop into school?
I would, yes.
Yeah. And so you started playing baseball, didn't you?
I did.
And what was the name of the team?
The Bulls.
And was that a team of kids with disabilities, or was it just a team of your friends?
It was just a team of my friends from elementary school.
Yeah. What was the name of the coach?
Coach Cordova.
And then also Coach
Severin,
right? Did you guys win?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you did. Yeah. And what was your roles in the baseball team?
My role was the manager.
Okay. And then at church, what did you do at church?
I was also a altar server.
Okay. And then Mr. Gibson had this competitive group in the mornings, and what was that part of?
It's called the I don't remember the name.
I don't think he had a name for it, but what was Mr. Gibson's role? He taught what?
He taught music.
He taught music, so he was a choir.
It was a special, they called it, in elementary.
And do you remember fourth and fifth grade, you could go in the early morning before school and be part of a special choir, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And so you also produced a lot of presentations. So we did something called the MAP process, and that's a picture of your fourth grade map where we took a look at your strengths, your needs, your dreams, and the students have actually already been introduced to this, Nolan, in terms of the MAP process. But those things, some of your dreams were what? To get a job, and you also wanted what? Live in your own.
Live in my own house.
You do want to live in your own house, don't you? Yeah, you can't wait to get away from mom and dad. Okay, and there's lots of different needs.
And to get married.
Oh, and to get married. That's true. I think we have them married up there somewhere, okay? Although that's become a little bit more of a focus, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. And so we would fill this out, and we used the map form and filled that out, gosh, every year beginning in, I think, third grade. We did that all the way through high school. Just did it last year, so that's good, all right? So now we got into middle school. And middle school, oh my goodness, you joined what?
I joined band.
You did, and you played the what?
The baritone, as you can see.
Now, you also continued choir. What was that special choir group you joined?
That's called Bill Canto.
And you had to try out for that, didn't you?
Yes.
And was that during the day or early in the morning?
Early in the morning.
So
I had to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning.
yeah, because school I think started like at 8 something, but you guys would go in really early.
Yeah.
So will you remember Stuco?
Yes.
Okay. And you also swam, you were in community theater. But the big thing was that we focused in on the big ideas of your learning. And universal design for learning was a key component of how you learned. Okay. What was her name, by the way?
Her name is Miss Bernice.
And so she was one of your paras. Now, did Miss Bernice do all your work for you?
No.
No.
She helped me out.
She helped you out. Okay. So here's an example. You did this for 6th grade for Mrs. R.
She's a teacher there, actually.
She's a teacher there now at Southwest, isn't she?
Yeah.
So here's your an example of one of your presentations, how you explain Lewis and Clark.
Thank you for watching my presentation.
That's your voice.
Lewis and Clark. You are about to watch a slide show about the Lewis and Clark exposition. In 1830, Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, our third president, asked Mary.
So you did that presentation, you put it together, and then you recorded it. I think it's like 3 minutes long. And then you shared that with your teachers.
I did.
So you did a number of, do you remember the John Brown presentation you did?
That's from Miss Melton's class.
That was from Miss Melton's class. What grade was that?
5th grade?
5th grade, right. Do you remember going to Harper's Ferry afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah, so you really knew about this. Now, this is an example of your baseball team. Now, every year you get a chance to bat and play. You were a manager, as you said. So here's one of those nights where you got to bat. So let's go ahead and forward it a little bit here, and we'll show them what that was all about. Here you go. Coach was getting in, wasn't he?
Come on, Nolan. Keep an eye on it, buddy.
Nice swing, it's just a little late. That was a foul ball. Coach is like, you can't run on a foul ball. You were just ready to move. So here we go.
Come on,
a
buddy.
little late. Got a good swing. A little late.
All day long. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Turf pitch, no turf pitch.
There you go.
Run.
Bad camera work, huh? This is the team you were playing. I'm not sure what team it was.
Home.
I know, but the team you were playing against, I don't know.
It's called the Aces.
Oh, they were called the Aces, and here we go.
That
And there's the whole team. Look at that. They're cheering. They're pretty happy about that. All right, there you go. All right, so you did the Bulls there, right? So
Yeah.
now by the time you got to high school, my goodness, look at all those people that were there. I think I counted 17 team members, and they all got together to plan for you as well. So talk a little bit about the general ed classes. What were some of your favorite teachers?
Well, I did my first year with IPS.
Your last year you did with IPS. We can talk about that here in a few minutes. What about science? Who did you have for science for 2 years?
Mr. Brooker.
And for what? What classes?
Physics and astronomy.
Uh-huh. And he taught you a lot, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. And then who's this one down here?
That's Miss Solon, the journalism teacher.
And we'll talk about journalism in a little bit, won't we?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then what about, oh my goodness, she was Miss
Merritt.
Merritt, and she helped out a lot when it came to
Reading.
reading. You really advanced your reading scores. But you said you use video a lot. And who's this teacher here?
And that's the film teacher alongside named Mr. Saltz.
And Mr. Saltz, you had video class with him, I think, your senior year.
I did.
And you learned how to what? iMovie, and what was the last one?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro and editing. And the man in the very back that's getting his arm, has an arm around his shoulder there is who? That's Mr.
Fry.
Mr. Fry. You had him for all 4 years in what subject?
Choir.
Choir, which was really important to you. All right, so let's take a break, all right? And I think we've done a bit of introduction with your grades, the people that have been part of your educational experience. And and you've had some success, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll take a break and then we'll explain a little bit with one example of something you did, all right? All right,
Okay.
you're going to say take a break?
Hi.
All right, so we'll take a break. Here we